everyone. It is Tuesday, May 6th, 2025, and it's 8:50 a.m. here in Chicago. Hopefully everybody enjoyed their Cinco de Mayo. Oh, speaking of Cinco de Mayo, I was on TikTok yesterday, right? And this Mexican girl was talking about how Mexicans don't really give a shit about Cinco de Mayo. And she was saying how, but if you're Mexican and someone says to you, oh, happy Cinco de Mayo, she said, excuse me, she said to respond, thank you, that means so much to us. She said that way you get free shots. So I thought that was funny. But I thought about it and I'm like, you know what? She's right. Because I was looking around and I didn't see not one Mexican flag, not one. These Mexicans ain't thinking about no damn Cinco de Mayo. Mexican Independence Day, that's when you see their flags everywhere. Everywhere. I remember last September, I came to work and there was this huge Mexican flag on a truck. I was like, whose truck is that? They were like, what do you mean whose truck is that? That's Eric's. And I was like, oh shit. Like, Eric is a guy I work with. We're like really cool. And I knew he was Mexican, but he's Mexican. He had the biggest flag in the city, I think. That was the biggest flag in the city. But yeah, I never thought about it until that girl on TikTok said it. And then I'm looking around on, the roads when I'm driving yesterday. I didn't see not one Mexican flag. They ain't studying no damn Cinco de Mayo. I think that is more hyped up by businesses, to sell tequila or whatnot, or to get people to come do happy hour there and spend a lot of money. But it don't bring the flags out. Shit. That holiday, their Independence Day in September, that's what brings the flags out. But, here's what this video is supposed to be about. So, my assessment of Inoue and saying that it might be downhill for him, I thought about it, and that was kind of unfair because I was thinking about how when Loma got dropped by Linares and got up and still stopped Linares, I remember I was really impressed by that. And I wasn't the biggest Loma fan, but I definitely gave him respect for that. Got dropped by Linares, got up and stopped him. And I remember I had nothing but good things to say about the fact that he did that, And that was one of the things that did make me respect Loma more. That and the fact that he was always serving me crow. Because in his earlier fights, whenever I would pick against him, kind of like David Benavidez, he was always serving me crow. So if I could praise Loma for doing that, and Abdullah Mason even, for doing that, for getting dropped but still getting up and getting an impressive victory, whether it be stoppage or not, then if I can do that for Loma and Abdullah Mason, I got to do it for Inoue too, But yeah, he got dropped, and this is his second time, but Loma's been dropped more than once. Even though they didn't count that drop by Gary Russell Jr., I counted it, goddammit. And Loma even had a loss even prior to Haney, and then Abdullah Mason's been dropped twice, so I gotta keep it a stack, as they say. So anyway, I'm kind of really, really interested in seeing, if he fixes being so vulnerable to the left like that, to what drops him each time. We'll see if he can work on that. What was I going to say? Damn it. I was going to say something else. Shit. It was something about Inoue. Oh, I got to go check out and see what Shushu. I heard Shushu had something to say about Inoue getting dropped. Let me go see what Shushu had to say. I don't know if it was good, bad, or indifferent, but it made somebody's video, so I gotta go see what Shushu had to say about Inoue. If you're one of those content creators that's always looking for up and coming, good fighters and champions, If I were you guys, I'd be right in Brooklyn. I'd be right in Brownsville. I'd find out where they're all training at. Right in Brownsville, Brooklyn. I'm not saying Shushu's from Brownsville, but go to Brooklyn and check out their gyms because they're doing something right. But then a lot of gyms around the country, not just Brooklyn. Come to Chicago. Let me see. What else? I guess I ain't got nothing else to say. I made Haitian spaghetti, and it came out really, really good. But I got to be honest with you. I've been making Haitian spaghetti and didn't know that that's what I was making. Because it's basically, using... For me, it's kind of using whatever you got in the kitchen minus a jar of pasta sauce. But I haven't used jars of pasta sauce in years. I use fresh tomatoes. But for Haitian spaghetti, you don't use tomatoes like that. You use tomato paste. So if you are using fresh tomatoes, use fresh tomatoes. Then use a little bit of cornstarch to thicken your sauce if you don't have tomato paste. But yeah, Haitians, they make a base, kind of like a vegetable base that they make kind of like, if you ever had Puerto Rican sofrito, they make something similar to a Puerto Rican sofrito where they use like parsley, culantro, garlic, lemon, or I had lime, so I use lime, some salt, one of those seasoning cubes, something spicy like a Scotch bonnet pepper. I used a jalapeno because that's what I had. And you put you put that all in a blender. Did I say olive oil? Put some olive oil, put that all in a blender, and it makes kind of like a base that you can like refrigerate or freeze. But you put some in the pan with your onions grilling and your yellow, red, and green peppers grilling and your meat. And then you add some tomato paste, or if you don't have tomato paste, you can use like tomato and a little bit of cornstarch. And then you basically add all those other seasonings you got in your house. Onion powder, garlic powder, black pepper. I even threw some basil in there, and I threw a bay leaf in there. Oh my God, I'm just like my mother. I throw a bay leaf in everything. I even threw some cloves, ground cloves. I ground them myself and threw them in there. But yeah, you can base it. But yeah, Haitian spaghetti is very good. But I didn't even realize that I kind of been making that, when I make, some type of spaghetti noodle that's not totally tomato based, like Italian style. But you can let's say you make a seafood boil and you have some of that nice kind of thick seafood boil sauce left. You can boil spaghetti noodles and then put the softened, not too soft, put the boiled spaghetti noodles and let them simmer in the seafood boil sauce. You can do that with sauce from curry chicken. You can do that with sauce from, if you ever made tikka masala, or really anything. You can kind of turn anything into a spaghetti. And I had been doing that before. One of my favorites to do is like a real lemony based. I think I had gotten that idea when I was making shrimp scampi. And you know how you do the butter and you put a little bit of butter in your Haitian spaghetti sauce too. But you know how when you're doing the shrimp scampi, you'll do like the onions and the garlic and the parsley and the butter and of course the lemon. I like turning that into spaghetti too. It makes a real nice lemony kind of spaghetti noodle. I love doing that. You can make anything with spaghetti. You definitely don't need to buy no jar of pasta sauce or spaghetti sauce. I haven't bought a jar of that in years. Nothing against it, because there are some of them actually that I really like though. Oh my God, you guys, if you are gonna buy pasta sauce, that one, it might just be a Chicago thing. But Chicago, our store, Jewel Osco, we make a pasta sauce that is kind of like the store brand of the one called Truff, Truff. Truff. That jar of pasta sauce, I will make an exception for that jar of pasta sauce. It's really good, and yes, it is expensive compared to other jars of pasta sauce. But you're worth it. It ain't like it's going to break the bank. But in Chicago, at least, the grocery store brand is just as good. Dare I say better. It's real good. Real good. And I think Carbone's is good, too. You know, the one from that restaurant that it's impossible to get a reservation. That's a good pasta sauce, too. But, yeah, typically I don't even buy pasta sauce when I want to make spaghetti. Even when I want to make an Italian, spaghetti, I just use fresh tomatoes, a little bit of cornstarch to thicken it up. You know how to thicken with cornstarch, right? Without causing any lumps. You know how to do that. And, yeah. If you want to use tomato paste, you can, but you don't have to. But, 11 minutes, and I'm talking about spaghetti. That's a long video for me. So let me let you go. Have a good day, everyone.